Good morning. It's Monday. Get excited. Woo! All right. Happy Monday, guys. Hope you're doing well today. I wanted to come on to talk about two words that are very, very overused by women. And it's specifically by women in this case because the two words are I'm sorry. Good morning, Nicole. We as women apologize too much. We apologize for being, for being in existence, for taking up space, for, showing up at the wrong time, even if that time is earlier than later. I remember, going on an interview one time and this person told me to come at 9 and I came at 7:30 because obviously overachiever, right? And he said, "Didn't you hear me tell you to come at 9?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I just thought you were like flaking," right? And I was very apologetic about coming early. Who wouldn't want somebody to come early, right? We apologize too much for existing on this planet. And I have really been mindful of trying to watch where I say I'm sorry. The instances where I would say it's appropriate to say you're sorry is when you truly offended someone, like offended them, and when like somebody has passed away. Those are like the big ones, okay? Just living and breathing and existing is not offensive. It shouldn't be offensive to anyone. So that the fact that I'm here, that I'm taking up space, that I'm, somewhere in some shape or form, that I didn't reply when you wanted me to reply, like none of that should be a call for a sorry. So I want you guys to be really, really mindful today of when you're saying, I'm sorry. Good morning, Joe. Really start focusing on that. Like even when like I start writing like my emails and things like that, like I notice that I have a tendency to go to those two words. I'm sorry. No, 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 no. Am I really sorry? Like that's what I do when I start typing them out. I'm like, would somebody else say that they were sorry for the fact that they didn't get back to this in time? No, I don't think so. Like, you don't know what else was on my plate. You don't know if I was busy with something else, right? So, oh, that's awesome, Brandis. Great minds think alike. But the thing is, we apologize too much. And so much of what we're apologizing for is literally just existing, just being in existence. And we've got to stop it, guys. Like, that's why people expect it of us. That's why people think we're supposed to do more for them. It's because we apologize for not doing it, right? I mean, the stuff that we apologize for is crazy. Literally crazy. Like, I will apologize if I, by chance, stumble over somebody or, hit them with my bag by mistake, but I'm not going to apologize just for existing, right? And I mean, even in those situations, you can say, "Oh, wait, I'm sorry, excuse me, for hitting you. I didn't mean to hit you. I'm sorry." But we apologize for existing. Like, for instance, when we are at a certain place and we have our bags out and we, see somebody and oh my God, I'm so sorry. Please sit down. I'm sorry. Why are we saying I'm sorry? I'm giving you a seat. Like, there's no reason to apologize for that. And so today I really want you to focus on and really be mindful of when it is that you say, I'm sorry. If it's not something that you've offended somebody for, I would not say it. I would literally work on taking that in, taking that back. And I would really analyze in myself, why did that trigger for me? Why am I wanting to say sorry right here? Because in actuality, like I said, the more that we apologize for being, the more people are going to expect us to do it. And it's not necessary. It's absolutely not necessary. And so we've got to stop overusing these words, because we've taken it out of the context of its original meaning, which is, I've offended you, and therefore I'm apologizing for the offense. We are now using it for everything under the sun. You know, oh, I didn't make the peanut butter and jelly right, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't, you know, I'm not being a good mother, I'm sorry. You know, like, in whatever that means, you know, being shamed by other mothers. I'm not, you know, answering the email quickly enough, I'm sorry. You know, I'm not, you know, waking up when I think I need to be waking up, I'm sorry. I'm not working out like I need to, I'm sorry. Like, no. We got to take these two words back. We got to reclaim them and put them back into the powerful position that they've always occupied and always should have, like, stayed in. We've got to stop diluting the I'm sorry by using it and overusing it for every situation that there is out there, and really start using it for the situations that really matter, which are, like I said, the situations where you truly offend someone. And I'm not saying offend someone because you didn't do what they wanted you to do. I'm saying offend someone in the sense that you hurt my feelings, you know, struck out at me, attacked me in some way. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry for that reason, not because you didn't meet their personal preference guidelines. Like, there's no reason to say I'm sorry for that. Because you're a human just like they're a human. You know, overwhelmingly, men don't say I'm sorry. If you notice, in many instances, when you're dealing with men over the situation, if you look back, and I've gone back through, like, email trails where I've communicated with somebody, and overwhelmingly, like 10 to 1, my I'm sorry to, like, theirs, if there is even an I'm sorry in that email chain, because they don't use it. Okay, like, they don't care. So really today, I really want you to focus on not saying it unless you truly mean it. Give it back its power by using it in the right context, using it where it needs to be used, and really be mindful of where you are sharing it. Hey Linda, how are you? I'm happy you're catching me live too. So be mindful of where you're using those two words, I'm sorry, and be aware of where, if it's really a situation that warrants an I'm sorry from you. You know, I myself, right? Oh gosh, that's me too. And like, most times I would be like, I'm sorry for saying I'm sorry, right? Like, cause that's me, right? But I feel like as women, we put a lot of duty and obligation on ourselves that's not there. Like, we literally, yes, definitely work on not saying it. We put these unspoken rules and unspoken obligations on ourselves, and we are not recognizing that no one else is expecting this of us. Like, I literally just had a conversation with somebody this morning, and he was like, how is it that you feel like you are not doing something when this person didn't do something too? Like, I feel like I don't understand how, like, you have an obligation, but this person doesn't have an obligation. And, like, why you feel guilty, but you don't think that person should feel guilty. And I'm like, yeah, there's really nothing wrong with it. It didn't make sense until I like started working it out, right? So really, there's no reason to say I'm sorry. You know, somebody texted me last week and said, you know, oh, hey, I haven't gotten an RSVP for this event. And I almost typed back, I'm sorry. And the rest of my message was, my mom's been sick. She just got a transplant. And hey, I'm trying to figure out if I have to care for her. Why am I apologizing for that? Why am I apologizing for that? Like, the fact that I need to know if my mom's okay. Like, that doesn't even make any sense, right? So, like, I caught myself and I took I'm sorry out of that mix. The fact that I didn't respond back to an Evite, who gives, right? My mom's been sick. So I that's my focus. That's where all of my energy is going. And we shouldn't be upset about that. We shouldn't be apologizing for that, apologizing for life happening, apologizing for not being able to get to an event or not be able to come to something that maybe we committed to months ago, but for whatever reason, something has come up that has prevented us from going. There's no reason to say, I'm sorry. Something just came up. Something came up. That's it. So, yeah, right? That's awesome, Joe. I'm happy that you did that yesterday. So thank you so much, Linda. Thank you. So I really want, you guys to be mindful of it. It's something that, like I said, I have been really, really mindful of probably since last year or something like that. I first heard this whole concept about the I'm sorry, and I didn't recognize it in myself until I heard this. And I think I heard it from Mika Brzezinski. Go figure. But but anyway, she has a good point on it. Men don't do this. They don't apologize for being them, just existing. And so much of what we apologize for is our existence and how we live, how we want to be authentically, especially when we're navigating this transition out of who people always expected us to be to the people that we truly are. We go through this period of feeling like we have to apologize for changing. Absolutely not. I'm me, you're you. Everybody changes. We gotta get used to it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that I love you any less. It doesn't mean that anybody did anything wrong. It just means I changed. My preferences changed. That I'll give you the same benefit of allowing your preferences to change, and nobody needs to say they're sorry for that, because we are evolving individuals. That's how we were put on this earth. We weren't put on this earth to stay the same. I just want everyone to know that. So no more apologizing for changing. No more apologizing for not meeting people's expectations. No more apologizing for being who you truly are and who you came in this world to be. Own that today. Really focus on where you're saying you're sorry. And start being mindful of it, because you'll see how it pops up. You'll see it popping up and you're going, wait, no, I'm not really sorry for that, right? So really be mindful of where you're putting it so that you can be mindful to take it out, okay? All right, guys, I'm so happy that you joined me this morning and that you were able to hear this message. I thought it was a really powerful message for Monday, because it's something that a lot of us do when we're working as well, because we feel like we're expected to do things. So I hope that it helps you this week. I hope that you take it throughout the week, and feel free to let me know how it goes for you this week, and where you saw that you were saying I'm sorry and didn't need to. I would love to know that from you guys, like where it popped up for you, and where you realized, like, I'm saying I'm sorry for just living, So I hope that you have a great day, and feel free to share this out with people that might need to hear it. Feel free to tag them in the post, especially people that are like, I feel so guilty about just being me, or I feel guilty about saying no to this, or I feel guilty about, like, this is the message that they need to hear, because that's me. I've felt that way. I've felt guilty for saying no and not being a people pleaser, because that's what was expected of me. That's who I set myself out there as, is I'm gonna please people. And so when I started changing that, I felt really guilty and sad about it. So I don't want anybody else to feel that way. So feel free to share this out to people today. And thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I hope that each and every one of you have a great Monday and a great rest of your week. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much, guys. Mwah! Love you.